Shalom, brothers and sisters. How are you doing today? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are blessed. Hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. And I thank you guys very much for listening in to this reading as I go through probably one of the greatest books of our time that we have been given the privilege of having. And, you know, we've gone through our entire existence, most of us, without actually having an Apocrypha. We've had the 66, and they gave that to us, and it was something that the Catholics allowed us to have because they took a lot of the other books away. But now we are sitting at the end of times, and the truth is being revealed to us, and the truth is an incredible thing. And we are the family that believes, based upon reading from the first book of Scriptures all the way to the end, along with all the Apocrypha, that what people call the laws of our Creator, which is called the Torah, which means the way forward, are the rules for all of us. Any one of us who wants to be a child of the Most High, any one of us who want to have a shot at the kingdom to come. Well, Scriptures tells us there's no other way to the kingdom except through Torah keeping and having the faith of Messiah Yahushua. For those who do not know who Messiah Yahushua is, that is Jesus the Christ. His name is not Jesus. His name in 1611 became Jesus based upon the way the translators thought the name should be. Prior to 1611, they had his name in the Scriptures as Iesus, which is Iesus. But he's a Hebrew man. And so a Hebrew man would have had a name, and since there are no J's in Hebrew, and the letter J wasn't even invented till the years 1524, I believe, or somewhere in the 1500s. So we have the name of our Messiah, we have the name of our Creator, and we have it all into one book now. And the book you're looking at, guys, is Yah Scriptures. And this book is, I'm going to say it's very limited because it's getting very popular very quick after we have just barely launched it. And so this is going to be one of these things that this entire book was set up as a ministry that we could figure out a way to print free Bibles and put them into prison systems. And we've had a tremendous amount of others that have grifted off the back of the people of our Creator for so many years. And they brought no value to our brothers and sisters in chains. And so this project was built, and years of love were put into fixing a manuscript that was not complete, a manuscript that, in fact, two different ones. In fact, the Yah Scriptures is a hybrid between the ISR and the Hallelujah Scriptures, along with thousands of edits, thousands of fixes. And it's not fixes to Scriptures, but it's fixes in ways of the punctuation, the ways that the original people had done a search and replace and just had gone just haywire on a lot of the stuff, and they had never ever gone through it word by word, jot by jot, tittle by tittle, and made sure that all of the manuscripts were complete. And so what you have is, I believe, one of the most accurate English translations of Scriptures anywhere that has ever been before us at all times. And this book is a hefty book, guys. This is one of these books that you would want on your desk at your house, right? This is not a portable book. This is a study book. This is one of these books that when the internet dies, when the world, whatever becomes of the world, and we don't have any access to any kind of Scriptures at all, this is the complete Scriptures. This is all of the Apocrypha, including Enoch, Jasher, Jubilees, all of the Testament of the 12, the Order of the Ancients, which includes the Book of Abraham. You have all of like Second Ezra. All of these books that have been ripped out, they're back. And now you can get the complete truth in 103 books right here. And so this book is literally bulletproof from a physical sense and also a spiritual sense. As big as it is, this is something that is a once-in-a-lifetime book. We are hoping, with the will of our Creator and by His help, that we are going to be able to do this long term. But for right now, they are in stock. People are very excited. It has 3 different bookmarks. 3 bookmarks, all in the color of what Yah likes, his colors. And on the back of it, it has the name of our Messiah, Yahushua. And this is This is incredible that we have had the opportunity to even be able to touch the word of our Creator. It is such a precious thing, and it is something that it's very, very important. And the prisoners, we've already in the very first week that we are shipping, we just blasted out 30 scriptures to the prisoners. And so this week, all of the prisoners will be receiving their very first scriptures as well. I know a lot of you guys who have ordered them have already gotten them as well. So this is incredible. Right now, I do not have a prisoner that has requested a scriptures that has not gotten one. So we have been able to fill all the needs of these guys. And I know 30 is not a lot, but the hopes and dreams of Yah Scriptures is that the value is that for every scriptures that you guys are able to help purchase, that you guys grab for your guys' self, then we can get one full scriptures into our brothers and sisters in chains. So that's the hopes and dreams of this. And what we're doing, guys, this is, we are now in the book of the Khalidi, the book of Nazarene. This has been an incredible read. And those of you guys who are following along with this reading, I hope that you guys are blessed. I hope that it is, strengthening your soul and strengthening your walk, seeing what the words of our Messiah are. Because our Messiah will be our king. Our Messiah will absolutely be our ruler in the kingdom to come. And he's going to be ruling under the Torah, right? That's the same laws that we are given right now that are found in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Is the same rules that we'll be living in a Kodesh, into a holy land. And so this is why it's important right now that we learn these, that we start keeping the appointed times of our Creator. And, you know, there's all of the appointed times that nobody in Christianity or nobody in religion even keeps. These same appointed times are what herald in our Messiah, and it's also going to herald in the second coming, when he comes and he brings all of us to Mount Zion, when we are called to that place. But the people that are called have to be a Kodesh people. They have to be a holy people, separated from this world. All right, so let us begin into the words of our Messiah. After hearing what he said in the temple, in the Hayikal, many people were vexed with him and sought to hustle him out of town. Now they're talking about Messiah Yahushua, right? He's in the temple. He's saying things that upset the people, and they're trying to kick him out of town. But others said, "Let him be, for he grew up here, and he is only the son of the son of a carpenter. Therefore, he tries to make himself important. He has been away and seeks to impress us." And we discussed this last time in the other reading, how hard it is for those of us who grow up in a certain town to ever escape what everybody knew of us as a child, or what everybody thinks they knew of us. This is the same thing that Messiah is struggling with in his own town, because he came back with the Ruach HaKodesh. He came back with some understanding that nobody had ever seen, and it perplexed these people, and it caused them another mystery, because they didn't understand, because he had grown up before them. And so Messiah struggles. Messiah struggles wherever he goes. People are always misunderstanding him. Being so poorly received in the town where he had been brought up, Yahushua went out around the villages, choosing 12 emissaries from among his Talmidim. He sent them away in pairs to deal with many things caused by the intrusion of evil. He said to them, "Carry a staff, but take no food, no money, and no change of clothing. When you are invited to a house, stay there until you leave the village, but never tarry where you are not welcome." Yahushua said, "Many will fail to grasp your meanings, or will interpret your words wrongly. Do not dispute with them, but put things right with patience. Never disregard a question or abuse him, lest others think you have no answer. All can only grasp what you say according to their understanding. Therefore, speak plainly and to their hearts." Guys, these are golden words that our Messiah knows exactly how human beings are built, because his dad built all of them. I am sure Messiah has seen the most intricacy part of creation and how his dad built us, how he built our minds. And guys, I've lived on YouTube for a decade or more. I mean, it's just been a long, long time. And the majority of the people that will come at you are the Christians. And anytime a Christian will encounter into this channel, the very first thing they do is they say that the laws are gone. Now, it is my bad when I can't come up with the answers these people are seeking because I can't talk to their heart. And it gets frustrating, especially where we're for anybody that's trying to, I don't know, convert's the right word, or trying to get people to seek the truth out of religion, is everybody has been programmed to a certain level of thinking. And when we come between that, we're driving a wedge between their pre-programming. And so if we don't unprogram people right, then the traditions of men and the indoctrination that they have been built with and built up with, it will never get through. And the thing is, when we challenge what people think that they know, especially when it comes to religion, we set off their defense system and they won't listen. All of a sudden, it's Paul said this, and Paul said that, and they're never going to listen. And they'll laugh at you on the way out and go, ha ha, you law-keeping, legalistic Pharisee. They don't understand. They don't understand that the laws of our Creator are something so enjoyable, so ecstatic, so amazing, so healthy. I mean, these things are built for life. They are built for spiritual health. They are built for a world not where we're at. They're built for a people that want to serve Him. And that's why us Torah keepers are very, very rare. Because you have Christianity and they say they love God with all their heart, with all their mind, with all their soul. But if we're honest, how can we love anyone with our heart, mind, and soul if we don't value what they say? If everything that somebody has said for 1,000 years becomes old, becomes decrepit, becomes something for God's old people, how can you have any value with that? And how can you say you love somebody when you don't love what they say? And so to love our Creator with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our soul, then we absolutely need to love His complete ways. From commandment number 1 in Genesis 1, where it says, be fruitful, all the way to the end of Deuteronomy, where we hear in Deuteronomy 28, the curses and the blessings that we will all have if we keep Torah, or the curses. Again, we won't get curses keeping the Torah, but we will have curses for not keeping the Torah. And that's what Deuteronomy 28 tells us very, very, very clearly. So now we have a understanding of how we are attempting to teach and how we are attempting to reach people. We need to reach them with patience. We can't disregard them. We have to give them scriptures and let scriptures do the talking, and then let the Ruach HaKodesh do the work, because we're not going to be able to do anything. We can plant the seeds. We can be part of the soldiers of the kingdom. And it is up to us to be those farmers of the kingdom and to plant those seeds regardless of when they laugh at you. And just consider it a challenge every time that you encounter somebody with very hardcore beliefs, and see if you can gently speak to them of the kingdom. Right? Where they're never, ever going to come out with the fire and brimstone. They've heard fire and brimstone in the Christian religion forever, right? And they all are under a spell. Okay, continuing on. Yahushua himself went about proclaiming the advent of the rule of Elohim, and he also cured many kinds of sicknesses. Then people began to say, this man is great and good, even among those dedicated to the service of Elohim. And many heeded his teaching and led a new life. Now, many people believed there would be 2 kinds of deliverers, and a man named Yosef of Baraban, and it had many followers. Yahushua met him at a house in Bethgal, and said, why do you declare things which stir up the people? To which the other replied, what concern is it of yours? So this is coming on to an amazing story, right? This is an amazing analogy of why exactly it matters what we do and how we do it. Yahushua answered him after this manner. Several men were sitting in a boat, and one began boring a hole beneath his seat. Seeing this, his companions said, what are you doing there? He answered, what concern is it of yours, what I do beneath my own seat? And they replied, surely it is our own affair, when what you do will swamp the boat, and we will all be thrown into the water. Amazing, right? This tells us a tremendous amount that if people are doing the thing that's going to hurt us in any way like this, it is a concern. And it is how we should address this, right? If what people do has it affect our life negatively, then we need to make sure that we're concerned with the affairs that concern us. Yahushua moved to another place, and a crowd gathered around him. And while he was speaking, one of his followers tried to push through him. Now the man was deformed and ugly. His eyes squinted, and he was ungainly. But he walked in the light of truth. The crowd jostled him, saying, "Look at the ugly man. Push him back, or he will scare the teacher away." It sounds like grade school, right? Sounds like public school in North America. I don't know what public school is like across anywhere other than North America, but I know this is what public school is like. Then Yahushua stepped down from there where he stood, and pushing through to the man, put an arm around his shoulders, greeting him affectionately. Yahushua said to the people, "Why mock someone in whom the light of goodness shines? What matters the appearance of the body when the ruach within is bright? None among you has a ruach such as this man's, beautifully glowing with goodness." So there is some hardcore stuff, right? These are all that, we have. What's the old analogy, right? That the beauty is only skin deep, right? The true beauty is in the inside of a people. The true beauty is of the heart. And we as human beings, we as people, that's all we do is we judge, right? We're always judging. And my family, we get into those modes and get into that stuff where we will be in the wrong. And I will bring this verse up that, guys, we should not be mentioning things of this nature. We should not be bringing evil vibes out. We should not be saying things of this nature, because once it comes out of the mouth, once that vibrational tones make the audible words that we are able to hear, then we can't undo the evil. It goes from the evil in our heart to broadcasting it out. And we need to understand that those we're making fun of could very well be much better off spiritually than we ever will be. And so when we're judging people on a skin level versus the people of our Creator, right? Our brothers and sisters, our Messiah has told us who they are. They are those who are in covenant with our Creator. They are the ones who keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And right there, that makes people beautiful. That makes these people children of the Most High that should be looked at with dignity and respect. And this horrible old stinking thinking that got us there, where we're judging people, we're laughing at them because of this, when these people could absolutely have a better ruach than any one of us. These are the messages of Messiah when he says, take the plank out of your own eye versus taking splinters out of your brother's eyes. We have to look at ourselves through a mirror of the Torah and understand that all of it is in there. And when we are even thinking evil or bringing evil up or making fun of people, every idle thought and every unsaid word, every piece of darkness in our heart that we don't think anyone hears is being heard. The thoughts of man are how we will be judged as well. And so our thoughts need to be kodesh. We need to be pure. When we have unclean thoughts that come into our heads, we need to pray that our Creator will wipe this out, that He'll realign us, especially those of us coming out of Babylon, where we've watched satanic movies and satanic TV all our lives and horrible, horrible things. That stuff is now ingrained in our heads. The evil of Hollywood and the madness of that satanic world has now been spell-casted and programmed into us, and we carry it with us. And it messes with our reality, because Hollywood isn't reality. None of that is. And so when we judge folks, we need to judge them based on Torah. We need to judge them in the eyes of Messiah with love, with dignity, with respect, and with an opportunity to teach and to bring these people into the kingdom. Because I don't think there's anybody that just say that they're never going to make the kingdom. Because some people, you got to work through, you got to plant the seeds, and you got to do it right. Messiah says, "This I say to you, the body is of little importance, for it perishes at its hour, but the ruach never dies. Why do you treasure that which you can keep but a short while? For soon it will be cast off like a worn-out tunic. Surely it is better to treasure more lasting things. The shell of a pearl is ugly and rough, but men do not seek it out for itself, wanting only what it contains. and this becomes the cherished treasure of a beautiful woman. Never heed the external ugliness. Seek for the beauty within. Guys, this is a loaded verse right here. I could tell you by coming out of Babylon, by leaving North America, that when I left North America, I packed everything I cherished. I brought all this stuff down here. And I've been down here a decade. And as of late, my job has been to take all this rusted, broken trash that I tried to keep, my valuables, my treasures, my stuff that has been completely corrupted in a tropical jungle, right? If you don't have something like solid oak wood when it comes to a shelf, and you think that particle board is going to sustain the test of time, it doesn't. And so this is one of these verses that is one of these things that all of our treasures, our banker, our Creator is our bank. Everything that we do down here will be used against us for good accounting or for bad accounting, but there is a day of accounting that is coming. And when we are loving our neighbor as ourselves, when we are taking care of the homeless, when we're actually taking care of the orphans, widows, or lepers, when we're giving love out, because we were built with love. And that is one thing that is a lot of people don't talk about, is the power of love and the power of a hug and the power of positive reinforcement. And it's something that is one of these things that Telegram keeps messing with me, even though I have do not disturb on. Continuing on. Guys, now, when we are banking on the kingdom to come, when we are banking on the spiritual life where our flesh will decay and we will die, and the only thing that we can protect at the end of the day is our soul, this is what this is all about. And so, guys, we need to be very, very astute in all of our day in and day out tasks. All right, continuing on. Telegram is taking me to school here. Okay. So, I guess that's enough on this particular verse. 21. In the crowd, there was a man who employed many others. And he said, Adonai, Master, I am so stirred up by your words that I will give up everything I have and follow you. Yahushua said, how many look to you for food and employment? The man replied, my children are numerous, and I have many servants, and there is my father who is old. Yahushua said, the lives of no two men are alike, and all require the labors of many to support them. Even the greatest teachings cannot satisfy empty stomachs. Therefore, return to the place of your appointed labors and remain constant in your responsibilities. Give all you make over your modest requirements to Yahuwah, and study the Kodesh books daily. This is incredible, right? This right here, for years and years and years in Christianity, people are always talking about leaving everything they have and going, and they'll go into the middle of a jungle and they go try to teach people about Jesus, right? And you will have, that is just a message that comes out of Christianity and all of this. But this man goes up to Messiah and asks him, say, hey, should I drop everything that I have and follow you? He's like, I'm moved. What you say is incredible. It is the bread of life. I'm seeing this. What should I do? And by this man leaving everything, all of a sudden his children have issues, his servants have nobody to lead them, and his father, who's old, has nobody to take care of him. So there are responsibilities that all of us have in the kingdom road, that if we are irresponsible and we just drop everything we have and we destroy the lives of others, then we're absolutely not fulfilling what the Torah is. Taking care of our families, taking care of our people, taking care of our neighbors, right? There's a tremendous amount more. And this is why when we start getting into these books like the Book of Khalidi, we get things like this. We didn't understand this before. Messiah continues on and says, Yahushua said, a man without the light places his faith in gold, burying it in the ground so it will support him in adversity. Yet what benefit does it bestow if he never needs it? He worries continually and must be constantly on guard, lest he be robbed. And when he dies, his inheritors spend it. Yet by charitable deeds and self-restraint, a greater treasure which cannot be taken by robbers or dissipated by others can be laid up openly and without fear. Guys, this is talking about charity. This is talking about us making sure that we're not sitting here hoarding up this money, that when we take our last breath, what good does this do us if we have not been spiritually building fruit, if we have not been building this kingdom, if we have not been active in bringing people to the kingdom, if we have not been active in sharing our faith and sharing our understanding of scriptures and Torah, then we're not doing what we should be doing, right? Every time that you minister, every time that you witness to somebody, every time that you tell people about the laws, statutes, and commandments and the faith of Messiah Yahushua, and that you spend time with him and you plant these seeds, these are these treasures that we can be getting. It's all about us fishing for men. And this is why our Creator has given us this responsibility of being these people who are farmers. We're not just farmers. We're the full-on setup farmer. We're supposed to be throwing seed out there. We're supposed to be watering the people that we are throwing the seed out to as things spring up, when people have questions, when we can help them. This is what it's all about. And so if we don't do it, who else is supposed to do it? This is why we are in an army of one. We're in an army of our Creator, and he has given us a captain, Messiah. He has given us the Word, which are the Kodesh books. He has been given us a set of armor and spiritual protection. This is a war. This is a war of good versus evil, versus and people who will choose the dark side, or people who will choose the side of our Creator. And this is why we are all here, is because we are seeking our Creator. Moving on, and I'll end it after these next verses, because I think it covers quite a bit, because this next part is just simply incredible. Someone in the crowd said, "Great teacher." To some you say, "Give up all," while others you tell to continue in their ways. I have many responsibilities and a moderate surplus over my requirements. What should I do? Yahushua said, "Do what is right and just. Study the books of wisdom," the Torah, right? We don't have any other understanding of what the books of wisdom are. Guys, when the New Testament was written, they were pulling everything from the Old Testament. There was no New Testament. It was the books of wisdom, and you had the prophets. That's what you had. Messiah tells us right here, says to study the books of wisdom and live according to their teachings. Exploit no one and work for the rule of Elohim. So, guys, right here, it talks about a commandment that we have in Deuteronomy 6. Basically, in Deuteronomy 6, it talks about us writing the Torah upon our hearts, upon our minds, upon our souls, upon the frontlets of our eyes, on the gates of our house. We talk about it when we get up. We talk about it when we go to bed. We immerse our children in this, right? That's what it means to study the books of wisdom, which is why I'll encourage everybody to start at the beginning of the book, in the beginning. And so when we do that, and when we study them, when we read them slowly, and we eat that meat, we get strong. And that is why the rule of Elohim is going to be an amazing one, because it's going to be about people that don't exploit people. It's about the people that love their neighbor, about people that don't hurt the disabled. It's going to be an amazing set of people. Our brothers and sisters are going to be amazing. Let's see. Should we continue on? I think that's it. I think this next section gets into something brand new. And I think the next time I read with you guys, we will go over that. So with that, I think I'll end this. And I will just say much love to all of you guys out there. Big hugs to everybody out there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I hope you guys are serving our Creator and seeking Him where He is able to be found. Much love. I'm out.